4, verse 5 of Deuteronomy. Behold, I have taught you you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that you should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them. For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who hath God so nigh unto them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great that hath statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day? So let's pause there. So from verse 5 through 8, again, the highlight is the statutes, the judgments, the commandments, and he's saying that this nation is great, meaning we're talking about Israel, we're talking about Jerusalem, and it says this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Now, if we go to Psalms and Proverbs, those two chapters are about gaining wisdom and understanding. Okay? And so if you're gaining wisdom and understanding through Psalms and Proverbs, it's also pointing back to Deuteronomy and the 10 Commandments and the statutes and the judgments and the testimonies, all of that. And he's saying, as all this law, which I set before you this day, meaning these laws are put forth that if you follow them, God's going to protect you. Okay, so now we're going to jump down to verse 9. Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life. But teach them, thy sons and thy sons' sons, especially the day that thou stoodest before the Lord thy God in Horeb, when the Lord said unto me, gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon the earth, and that they may teach their children. And ye came near and stood under the mountain, and the mountain burned with fire, and the midst of heaven, unto the midst of heaven, with darkness, clouds, and thick darkness. And the Lord spake unto you out of the midst of the fire, and you heard the voice of the words, but saw no similitude, only you heard a voice.